I have, well, pass that out, sir. Pass that out. So everybody's gonna get one of these. Is we're gonna kind of move around this table right here where smell. And you're gonna bring your pen because you're gonna grade it. Bring your pen because you're gonna grade it. So sales is one leg, operations is another leg, and service is another leg. What happens if one of those legs falls off?
It's not gonna work.
Stool falls down, right?
Yes, sir.
So would you say each one of those is equally important?
I believe everything runs together very important.
On a three-legged stool, all of those are important. Otherwise, the stool's gonna fall apart, right?
Yes, sir.
So would you agree with me that everybody in this room, or everybody, you and me, have a little bit of sales, a little bit of operation, a little bit of service?
Yes, sir, I do.
Would you also agree with me that you and I may be more sales-oriented, may be more operations-oriented, may be more service-oriented?
Yes.
So there's no right or wrong answer. Which one of these areas, sales, operations, service, do you think you're stronger in?
Personally, I believe with my personality, sales is where I'm really strong in.
Sales it is. Good. Okay. So I looked at your resume and very impressive. Tell me what experience in school you like the best.
Here at the university, at Auburn University, what I liked about the experience was there was a lot of hands-on, and I had a lot of professors who really took their time and energy to really teach me the ins and outs. I did a lot of volunteering time outside of my college time there, so I spent a lot of time asking questions, making sure that I was doing things correctly, and really taking the criticism back that they would give me and try to work on it on my own time.
So while you were at Auburn, was there something you struggled with, and how did you handle it? How did you overcome it?
I think I struggled more with just the time management of making sure things got done at a certain time on that schedule. And so after being taught how to do it correctly the first time, I was able to pick up the speed a little bit quicker. I'm a very visual learner.
You don't mind taking notes here?
Yeah,
So describe your dream job. Describe your dream job.
Well, my dream job is to come in and be an employee that can really take the company to the next level. And my dream job is to really be able to step in and do what I do best for the company. And pretty much my dream job is to really run a company one day, to really climb up the ladder in the sales, and really just make sure that the company shines. It's really not about me, it's about the company as a whole. So I get a lot of joy out of that.
So specific job, what would the dream duty of that job be?
I would like to be pretty much a supervisor or director of the agency or the company I'm working for. I love empowering people. I'm a very team-oriented person. I love helping the teams be very successful, and I feel like I have strengths to not only motivate but also to work just as my mentors at the university, just talk how to engage and work with people, make sure we get things done in a timely manner.
All right. Give me one trait of your former boss that you think is awesome.
Honesty. I think that the big thing for me is being honest and being transparent. You know, you can't grow without having a boss who's very transparent. And what I love about that boss, they're very caring, not only just from work, but I'm a single father with 2 kids as well. And so they were very active, not only in my business life, but my personal life, and encouraged me there as well as a father.
So what do you owe your employees?
I believe I owe my employer just satisfaction in what we're trying to sell, and really it's just a relationship. I owe them an honest relationship at the end of the day.
What does your employer owe you?
I would love the business, you know, I would love to have their business, and just their partnership and their relationship as well.
So I want you to rate yourself 1 to 5. 1 being needs improvement, 5 you're a superstar. Like nobody's better than you, you're a superstar. So 2 is a little bit better, needs improvement. 3 is you know the job well. 4 is I'm above average. 5 is superstar. So close attention to detail.
I would say very 4.
Good organizational skills.
4.
Good analytical skills.
3.
Good understanding of computer products.
5.
Communication skills.
5.
Initiative.
5.
Dependability.
5.
Team player.
If it was 10, I would put 10, but 5.
So I'm gonna do a word association. First, either word or sentence or thought that pops to your mind. Anything, doesn't matter, just whatever pops to your mind.
Give it.
If nothing pops to your mind, then say nothing. But if something pops to your mind, tell me. It's a random, no right or wrong answer. Cell phone.
Wireless.
Boss.
Great.
Deadline.
Now.
Handshake.
Firm.
Balance.
Every day.
Stranger.
Speak.
Conflict.
Handle.
Relationship.
Stay stronger.
Comfortable.
Easy.
Sales.
Bye.
Routine.
Repeat.
Team.
Work.
Work.
Yeah, work.
Again, no right or wrong answers. Tell me what your career goals are.
My career goal is to really save money for my kids, you know, and just really find a career that really financially helps my kids. My career goal is really to, like I said before, try to climb up the ladder and be able to hopefully one day take over a company, one day have that responsibility and earn that responsibility to do that.
Describe a situation that you did something positive that wasn't in your job.
We in our old job at the university, we did a lot of outreach, and so we took what we done in our business and we did a lot of outreach. I was really I love that, to really help people outside of just what is a cost on paper, to really give back to the community every day.
If you had to describe yourself as a food, what food would you be?
Hot wing.
Hot wings.
Yes, sir.
Can you name an area you need to grow?
I believe I need to grow in a little bit more patience. I like things to be done really quickly, and time management, but when things doesn't go my way, I have to be a little bit more flexible with my staff.
What's the best piece of advice you've ever been given?
Best piece of advice, my dad always said, no matter what you do, stay faithful to what you know.
Why should we hire you?
Well, I think the reason you should hire me, I believe that I will come in. I'm probably, to myself, I'm the best candidate with a great personality. Really care about the community outside of where we are, where we're living. I believe that I'm able to come in and do exactly what the company's asking for me to do, and even more. I like to say that one thing when you read a resume, you have a job description, but I like to go beyond the job description.
What are your compensation expectations?
For the job,
For this job, what are your compensation expectations?
My expectations is to really learn more.
What is your dollar amount compensation, what do you want to get paid annually?
I would like to start at 75 or above.
So what questions do you have for me?
Well, my question is, how long have you been with this company?
So I've been here 19 years. Really love the company. When I first interviewed with the company, the senior vice president actually came to the headquarters. We went to dinner or went to lunch. And the reason I like this company, before we started, he said you might be afraid that we have to do it.
That's awesome.
So that is, and then it allows, this company allows you to flourish. It doesn't have a rope on you all day long, so you have the flexibility to do great work.
That's awesome. And with you being here for 19 years, what's one of the greatest moments that really just keeps you bumping through these 19 years?
So helping people with their computer needs is what I like doing. I get juiced up when people go from here not knowing what they're doing to getting the systems they need that will help their business grow, help their business do better, and that I get gratification out of helping people help themselves.
That's awesome. You mentioned prayer. Outside of the interview, I would love, I don't know if you have a wife and kids, I would love to pray for your wife and kids. I do that on my own time. So, with the job or not, I would love to make sure that you have family in my heart. And I just really want to thank you for this opportunity and your time as well.
Perfect. Thank you. Appreciate you coming in.
I appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
I think you did a great job. So y'all sit down, we're gonna debrief. So I'm gonna go line. The reason I asked this question is why. So you're gonna score him on all that you scored him. If you got an 18 to 27, total that up, you didn't get an out. If you got a 28 to 53, you didn't get an out. If you got a 54 to 62, you're gonna think about it. If you got a 63 to 80, you're probably gonna hire it. If you got an 81 to 90, you're gonna hire it. So, there you go. So, the reason I talk about the Threelegged stool, because people come in and interview and they say, this is what I'm good at. Well, I can figure out very quickly whether or not you're good or not if I say it's sales, operations, or service. And everybody thinks that sales is number one. I gotta be sales. If I'm not sales, everything's not important. That's not true. Operations and service. If I sell you something and if you're a T-Mobile, say you go work for T-Mobile. If I sell you a cell phone, but the service is terrible, you're gonna leave and go to the right. So service is important. If I sell you T-Mobile and that thing doesn't work, you're gonna leave because the operations, it doesn't work. You're gonna go to the right. So all of those are really important. And the reason I ask you that is in these questions, I'm gonna find out if it's real or not. The questions you're going to see are going to trigger, are going to see, are they sales, service, or operation? What do you say he's good at? Sales. So in the questions that I've asked, did he sell himself? Did he concentrate in the sales area? So the first question was, I talked about your resume. What was a great experience you had in school? Well, hands-on, volunteering. What does that mean? What is that? Operation. That's service. Hands-on and volunteering is service, not sales. Right. He said it was sales. I'm not trying to. No, it's good. I need this. Like this helps me. So it's good. It's service. So the next thing I said, what are something you struggle with? Time management and getting things done. But he said, you learn how to do it in people. Don't be afraid to say, this is the weakness, and this is how I fix it. Don't be afraid of that. That keeps you honest. Then people think you're gonna blow smoke and you're not fine. What I like about that was he said, I had struggle with time management, and I learned how to fix that, and I worked on it. Because I don't want a salesperson that doesn't know time management.
Right.
I don't want a person that doesn't know time management, does service, because service has certain things you gotta do at a certain time. So he said he fixed it. Whether he did or not, I don't know, but at least he said he did, right? Everybody with me? Sir. So describe your dream job. I would have liked, and the reason I asked the follow-up question, I would have liked him to say, I like building bridges, or I like doing something. I don't want some.
He wasn't specific.
He was not specific.
Right.
So if I say, what is your dream job, or what do you want to do? Well, you need to be specific in that. To be very vague in that answer. What do you owe your employer? Satisfaction. I don't know if that's satisfaction for him or satisfaction for us. Well, that was vague for me. So what do you owe your employer? You owe your employer loyalty. You owe your employer. You owe your employer time. You owe your employer you owe your employer dignity. I saw what you owe your employer. That's what you owe him.
Some urban more.
Yes. So what does your employer owe you?
Respect.
I didn't understand the question because it was the same answer as the first one. He said, I'm not.
No, you're good. You're all good.
So what does your employer owe you? Your employer owes you a place to work where you can thrive. That's what your employer owes you. They don't owe you $200,000 a year. They don't owe you $1 million a year. They don't owe you that. They owe you a place where you can flourish. That's the answer. I want a place where I can flourish and make your company be awesome. The answer is I want to go to a place where you provide a place where I can flourish so I can make your company or your business do well. This interview is about them, not you. It's about them succeeding, not you. That's how you're going to get the job. So the next is just a bunch of, we all love ourselves. But I can't tell you how many people are five every time. Nobody in here is five. All five. A lot of five. They're not. Because if you're a super stud, why aren't you already four? I would say I'm a 3 or 4, and I'd say, but I'm willing to get to that next level. If you rank this, I can't tell you how many people I have not hired because they rank themselves all five. They're not.
There's nowhere else to go.
There's nowhere else to go. You want to be a 3 or 4, and you want to explain why you are a 3 or 4, but I'm a 3 or 4 because you don't know anything about me, but I'm going to prove to you that I'm going to be a 5 at some point. I want to hire somebody that says that. I want to hire somebody that says, I'm going to prove to you that I'm going to be a 5. I'm a 3 or 4, right?
I'm gonna prove to you I'm gonna be 5. I'm gonna make it.
Yes, that's even better. When he said I'm a 10, he should have said I'm going to make you a 10. The company a 10, like he said. That's great.
He's got a question.
Yes.
What would be overqualified?
Overqualified?
We told I was overqualified for the job.
No.
Like my cousin went to do some mechanic school and he got all his qualifications, and then he went to like Volkswagen and they said, we can't hire you, we can't pay you what you deserve.
That's really overqualified. No one's overqualified.
Yeah, nobody overqualified.
What they're saying is that we don't need skill set.
Yeah.
But it's a way for
I'm willing to start at whatever level I need to start at to prove to you I'm being. I'm willing to take whatever you'll pay me, I'm willing to take that and start at whatever you're willing to pay me, because I want to prove to you that I can do the job. That whatever comes, but you pay me what you want to pay me.
And that gets rid of what the party is dealing with is that because of your qualifications, you expect a high wage.
Yeah.
That's really the
Or
point.
you might take their job.
Right, I'm willing to do whatever it takes to work here and prove to you that I'm the guy. So the work association, just, the reason I do that is to make sure that you can think of your feet. I've had people go, freeze up, just sit there, or they say the same word over and over again, over and over, and they just freeze up. I want you to know how to want to communicate. If you're in sales, you got to be able to communicate.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking to myself, is this guy really sales, and can he think on the top of his head? Because in sales, you're going to be thrown a curveball.
I'm not, one thing I did see, a lot, is you fired, they will not, when you say, every time.
I didn't notice that.
Yeah, that's good. I'm glad, that's good.
I didn't notice the
And that's always been one of my words I say a lot.
Frown at that, like big time, I've seen people here frown at that.
But I also think that the
Sounds
job
good.
itself,
I like that.
but the job itself has certain limitations. Depending on the person. If he was interviewed for like a service manager or some kind of social interaction.
Right.
Yeah, that's where
You're right.
you have a little misnomer there.
No, me too.
So, what are your career goals? I said, what are your career goals? I want to know if what he's doing now matches off with what his career goals are. I want to know if he has any aspirations to move up. I want to know, what does he want to do? If he said, I want to be a surfer dude, and I want to go to the tiki hut, that's what my goal is.
Okay.
But I'm saying, if he said, I want to go be on the tiki hut, he's not going to do that unless he's selling sandals or surfboards on the tiki hut. So,
I think also what he's looking for is realism. Is this really true for you?
Yeah.
Because, you ask a child, what do you want to be when you grow up? A doctor or a lawyer? Well, that's just a response, but it's not really what you want.
the other thing I would caution you on when you're answering your brother, you said, I want to do this for my kids. I don't want you working for your kids. I want you working for nothing. I want you working for nothing. I want you working for you. Because the kids don't be gone.
Yeah, right.
And so when the kids are gone, you're not going to work anymore? No. But I'm just saying, again,
No, you good.
so be careful how you answer that because I want him working for me and I want him working for him. I get that he wants to help his kids, but when their kids are out of college or out of high school, they're gone. What are you going to do? Not work for me anymore? Describe a situation where you had something positive about your job description. Outreach, help other people. Was that it? No, it's service. In my mind, I've done this a million times. When I first got out, I was doing this long time. And I know how to think of how I interview. Somebody interviewing knows how to do it too. But when he said that, I went back to the sales, service, and operations, and that's service. So that's not, when I told y'all to practice in front of somebody, I'm not just blowing smoke. You got to practice in front of somebody. Because it didn't have this interaction after you had it. Name the area where you need to grow, patience, and then he came back with, this is what I'm doing to fix it, which is great. You always want to say something negative, or not as positive. You want to say, this is what I'm doing to fix. This is what I've done to fix. Best piece of advice you got, Dad, to stay faithful to what you know. Great advice. Have something. If somebody asks you that question, have a good statement.
Also, I want to point out, you is an indirect interview with me. In other words, if I go to interview as a computer analyst, I'm expecting you you could ask technical questions about your job. But you don't have to do that. Sometimes the employer will ask you questions that relate to operational other things, trying to see how much of the technical you know, and you can put the work in. That's what you're doing for you. But if you had came in to interview for services, you would have been right on.
Oh, yeah. I was overthinking.
Yeah, right.
So the next question was, why should we hire you? I'm the best candidate. He gives a specific, what in his makeup was the best candidate? And I realized we had that more information, we probably had more. But be specific, not I'm the best candidate, because everybody knows they have the best candidate. What specifically, I am football trained, I am trained, I am whatever analysts do, whatever they do, you need to say, this is, if I'm a welder, I can do MIG welding, I can do TIG welding, I can do whatever welding. If you're car plate, I can take a body work, I can do engine work, I can do whatever. Be specific when they say, why should we hire you? Yeah. So what are your compensation expectations? I always ask that question. Because if you're asking for $200,000 a year, you have to, the reason I say do the research, in the research, it's going to tell you what the average wage is, and you need to know that. You need to know that. Don't ask for $500,000 when they're paying $40,000. Don't do it. Right.
It shows you that.
You need to know what it is. You have any questions for me? So this morning, my wife and I were getting ready for work. She had done a tremendous amount of interviewing on it. She gave me great advice to give you. When someone asks you, do you have any questions for me? This is what she said. Well, Mr. Williams, you didn't ask me about so-and-so. Let me tell you about so-and-so. Mr. Williams, you didn't ask me about something that I did, and this is what I did. So, Mr. Williams, you didn't ask me about the company, whatever, and I understand that your company does boom. I never even thought about that. So when someone says you have a question for me, Mr. Williams, you didn't ask me about so-and-so. Let me tell you about the great thing I did. Mr. Williams, we didn't talk about something your company did. You went and did X, Y, Z at some nonprofit, helped a nonprofit. You looked on the internet and saw what they did. That is going to separate you. We talked about this. Differentiate yourself from everybody else. Because there's 30,000 people at Auburn. There's 1,800 people at Auburn High. There's 1,600 people at Oklahoma. 5,000 Southern Union. You got to differentiate yourself from everybody else. That's what differentiates yourself from everybody else.
And also the thing that you have to keep in mind too is that you can't always assume that the person has the same values that you have. But if you do your research, you will know what the values of the company should for. You know, you do research there, so you'll know what to say. Like, I think you said, well, I'm doing it for my children. Well, your aim was that, well, people would understand that, you know. That's a point, because that's something that you would value. But in this case, it wasn't. But if you had done research on the company, you would know what the value of the company was. And then you ask that question. Yes.
So, anybody have any points you want to make for this process? Any observations? Any good, bad, ugly?
There's always something to improve on whenever it comes to it.
It's always true.
Yeah. And like you say, you won't be on the interview. I heard small step that is like on the Toyota. He like to interview people to say there's no right or wrong answer. Well, really, there is right.
There's always a right answer. I don't know, you know, it's like, you guys pay every week by weekly and you have a pension, you know. That's what.
Let's put it like that.
When you got children, it's kind of like, you gotta balance it out for the long run.
Right.
You want to give them something.
So if you're interviewing, you gotta walk a fine line of what are my benefits, what am I getting out of this, if you really are trying to get this accomplished. I've had people say, when am I off, when am my vacation time, what's my benefits, and you're like, man, stop it. I mean, I ain't on the job.
Right.
This interview is about you building that company up, promoting yourself, but it's not. If you go too far on the money side or the benefit side, you're gonna scare somebody away. What is your turnover rate? Yeah.
You're more enthusiastic. You're monotone.
Me?
Yeah.
I didn't notice that,
That's good. Well, I think for me, this helps me being in the position. Like, I know I've interviewed for a really great job, but, you know, I did my research, everything, you know, this is on the fly. But there's things like, I'm gonna work on that. That was a good point. Because I do that as I get nervous, you know, and being able to understand, like, now I'm sitting here, like, I'm actually gonna call him and work with him probably in the next few weeks, because I know I will have future job interviews that I'll see in the future, but they won't be as easy to interview. I might not have that time to do as much research as I want to, but also being able to see the three-legged stool, get those answers, and I noticed myself, I couldn't give a specific answer, and that's a really struggle for me, because it's like, oh, well, I'm used to winging it, you know, fake till you make it.
So the point about this is, purposely, we did not, Threelane did not talk about what industry we were in.
Right.
So the reason I did that is, he was winging. You can't wing this. And it showed that, it wasn't a real interview, but it showed that he had no knowledge of the industry, and it showed. So what I was trying to teach you guys is, if you go in and don't research, part of that interview is going to show like this, that you're going to do some homework.
Yeah. And not knowing myself, like, that's when, you know, like the question you gave me, I will live, I'm gonna go through those, because there's points in those moments where I wasn't confident on my career, or, you know, I would use a generic answer, because that's what it sounds like. And like, there's been a lot of people use generic answer, like he said, differentiate yourself. And so, like, that's why, you know, I'm always paying attention. He had a question, you know, he mentioned prayer. And so I brought it up because I wanted to connect with him there, because I already seen it, I dropped the ball. So I was trying to pick it up with connecting with him on a personal level.
So also, that's a good point what you just made. Sometimes they're going to set you up.
I was gonna say.
So sometimes they set you up for politics, and I talked about this in that little book. Politics, jokes, race, religion, whatever, don't do it. And just because I said that, doesn't mean you have to go there.
I wouldn't have never done.
I would have never done that.
Yeah.
Because they may set you up. I see,
They're trying to see where you are.
if I'm talking to somebody that's a Georgia fan, or a graduate from the University of Georgia, and I talk about all the football, they hate each other. And if you go get a job, I'm saying all of this, all of that. No. If you know this is Georgia guy.
And people do hire
Yeah.
alumni, like,
Yeah.
if you're an alumni, you have a better chance than somebody else with.
Or the counterpart is they're not gonna hire you because they don't want to listen to that crap all day.
Right.
So politics, football, sports, religion, whatever, The reason I did that is just to show you, sometimes they're begging, just don't do it, or they talk about it, hey, we're gonna go party, we get hired. No, we're not.
And that's why I was saying we need to research the value.
Yeah,
That's good. That's good.
so we should be careful about that part. But I think overall, let's get to Merle. So the next thing I have on the agenda is we can either do one of several things. We can take volunteers, me interview you, do the same thing we did with Terrell, but have everybody do it.